Hello students, today we are going to discuss the another chapter 3. Yes, this is the chapter 3 which is human reproduction. So after brief discussion, we have come to here to prepare the short notes on the topics that we have discussed. Yes, so what we have discussed till now, the human male reproductive system. The human male reproductive system we have discussed. So here I have written few points that are very concise and are related to the human male reproductive system. The male reproductive system consists of the following. Just have a look please that what different parts are there that are associated to the human male reproductive system. This is very concise part for the male reproductive system. I have summarized this all into 1, 2 and 3. First, that is primary sex organ. Students, primary sex organ, testis, you know very well. As I have taught you more and more related to the testis, it's the basic unit, that is seminiferous tubule, which are having spermatogonia that are involved for the spermatogenesis. That means formation of, as it produces the sex cell, that is the gamete, male gamete. So that is why it is called a primary sex organ. Student, why I am writing it as a primary sex organ? As it is producing the male sex cell, that is the male sex gamete or sperm, by the process of spermatogenesis that we will discuss in the next video. So that is why it is said primary sex organ and it is testis. After that, secondary or accessory. Why accessory? That means sahayak, helpers. So other organs rather than the testis are called secondary or accessory sex organs that assess, that help in the formation of sperm, that is spermatogenesis. Okay, so secondary sex organs or accessory sex organs. So here I have divided all the accessory sex organs into two, that is accessory duct and accessory glands. Yes, I have taught you about it also. Accessory ducts. What accessory ducts are there? One is retitestis, second is vas deferens, third one is epididymis, and fourth one is vas deferens. Students, sorry, retitestis, vas efferentia. I have taught you or told you that the seminiferous tubules produces the sperms that are transferred to the vasa efferentia through retitestis. मैंने इतना आपको बताया. That means seminiferous tubules open into the vasa efferentia through retitestis. That leads to the epididymis, and after that vas deferentia that opens into the external genitalia. Got it? So these four, retitestis, vasa efferentia, epididymis and vas deferens, are the four accessory ducts which are involved in the transportation of sperms from the testis to the external genitalia. Yes, they transports the male gametes, they transports the male sex cell, that is sperm. Okay students, after that few glands that are very important for the process of spermatogenesis, that are accessory ducts. What accessory ducts are there? I have told you about the number also. Seminiferous seminal vesicle that are paired, prostate gland is single, seminal vesicle, prostate gland and bulbourethral glands that are also called Cowper's gland. Once again, seminal vesicle, prostate, seminal vesicle is paired, a prostate gland, that is it's a single gland, and a paired bulbourethral gland that are also called Cowper's gland. These bulbourethral gland, secretion of bulbourethral gland lubricates the external genitalia for the easy movement of the semen. Okay, and seminal vesicle, secretion of seminal vesicle, prostate gland and bulbourethral gland is called seminal plasma. Yes, this seminal plasma is rich in fructose and calcium. Yes, it is written in your NCERT book that the seminal plasma is rich in what? Fructose and calcium. Yes, other enzymes are also there as the part of it. So, and the last one, that is the external genitalia, is the penis. So these are the essential organs that are the part of male reproductive systems, and after that we will discuss one by one in details.